Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 technical analysis for today. So, not looking very pretty, to be honest. We do have this trend line I highlighted yesterday that we more than likely come back and test, and then I'd expect another bounce back up. But this level that we have, we've tested once yesterday, and that was for the start of the week. It's 44.225 or 23, and we basically rejected and came right back onto it. Now, at the moment on the futures market, we are back at this level, and this here looks like a little bit of structure forming, which is a double top. Crossing of the oscillators on the 8 hour. So, there is an opportunity, potential opportunity anyway, to reverse all the way back down here to 43.84. So at the moment, it's not looking that pretty. I don't think we're going to slip through this morning. If we do, we'll probably hit the trend line and then just bounce up, and see what happens there. But at the moment, I think, look at that. The whole of yesterday was pretty much sideways. Nothing really in it. Look at the 3 hour. We sort of bearish, bullish, bearish, completely confusion, and the oscillators are pretty much all over the place. So, there's quite a bit going on here, and I'm a bit reluctant to put my money into it at the moment. So, just getting down to the hour, you could see yesterday was pretty much sideways. There's no real direction. Bit of a lower high that was formed there, and I think that this red bar after hours here is the telling part. It's obviously just feeding off Asia, whatever's happened in Asia this morning. But at the moment, this is really not pretty. So I'm still sitting on hands. Not really interested in buying here. It is a retest, but look how many times we've tested it yesterday. 1, 2, 3 times that we've bought off it. Now, massive engulfing bar after hours onto that level. So I would expect maybe a little bit of mucking around, maybe a bit of a pullback, and then another attempt at it. And specifically this trend line here, probably around 44.20 area, is what's going to offer some kind of support. Now, the critical thing here is if you just look at each of these inside tails, so if I start there, there's a pretty solid level, if you look to the left, which hasn't been tested. Well, it was tested, it opened yesterday, but it hasn't been tested again. So that's 44.23. So, that's kind of the last line of defense at the moment. So if that gets through, then this trend line, and then we're going to see what happens. But for us to get a trend reversal, we're going to need it on the 8 hour. We're going to need to start getting lower lows on the 8 hour. And we're also going to need to start getting moving averages crossed over as well. And you can see that has not happened in a long time. So I just want to highlight on the daily here, because we are quite far away from what would be the 50 moving average. I've got it at the 66 EMA, but you can see pretty much buying off the 66 here. So that's kind of the trend line. So I would expect some kind of pullback onto it, and then another move if it did start falling. So that's kind of a bit of structure. But at the moment, this is no man's land. I'm not really interested in chasing this at the moment. We're going to need these oscillators to cool off quite substantially. So specifically the 8 hour. So I'm looking for the 8 hour to cool off. Preferably something like this. That's going to give us another opportunity to buy into it. And dare I say, there may actually be a short brewing at the moment. So earnings season's out the way. Now we've got the pandemic that's going to drive sentiment. And then we've got inflation fears, which there was a whole lot of noise about inflation yesterday as well. So I'm just going to sit quietly today, just wait and see what transpires. I don't suspect we're going to get much higher at the moment. If you look at that, we've had basically 4 attempts at this level. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts at 44.40. I would have expected 44.50 to be hit, but that is not looking really positive at the moment. So we may just range back to the top and then range to down, and that's a new structured range at the moment. But there is a bigger range, and the bigger range bottom is all the way down here at 43.84. So anyway, that's enough waffling from me. Sitting on hands, not really getting interested in getting into this at the moment, and watching this zone here, 44.23 and 44.25. If we start breaking through that, come back and test it to reject it, that would be my signal to start looking for some short-term shorts. But at the moment, we are sitting quietly. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.